female consciousness differs. Anatomically, man and woman differ significantly. This is physiological difference between man and a woman. This change, this difference, this physiological or anatomical difference changes the whole psychology and every layer of the feminine consciousness as well. So every layer of female consciousness is different from men, not only different, just opposite. I'm talking about the outer dimension of men and women. This you can see and you know. But there is inner man and inner woman in every individual. They are diametrically opposite to one another. The left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. The yin and yang. The Shiva and Parvati. The Shakti and the field of action. They are diametrically opposite. And why they are put inside every individual, more so within the brain, just as when you look at the anatomical structure of human brain, there is limbic brain, which is primitive, in nature, which is more like a feminine. There is the next part of the brain, which is which is the next part, which is analytical, which analyzes everything. This part of the brain is known by a different nature, prefrontal cortex. I may be slightly mistaken in the name, but it is analytical in nature. But both work in harmony with one another. The feelings, the experience are experienced by limbic system, which is traditional, the feminine, and these feelings are analyzed by the logical part of the brain, and that transforms them into thoughts and and make them suitable for actions, make you suitable for actions. It is like a subtle plan, and the engineer puts the plan on a paper, creates a model, and then the structure comes into existence. They are opposite, but complementary. For instance, for example, Kundalini Yoga, because of this anatomical, physiological difference in feminine consciousness, is not suitable for women at all. Many will be shocked by it if I say that, but it is a fact that cannot be neglected or overlooked. But most of the so-called people who claim themselves to be doing the Kundalini Yoga or experts in Kundalini Yoga are unaware of the fact. And women also will particularly be shocked by this insight. They will think that something has been taken out of their hands. It is not for them at all, because Kundalini is based on the positive sex center for men. Kundalini is based on the positive sex center for men. The positive sex center is at the root of the penis. The positive sex center is at the root of the penis in a man, and women does not have. So it is not suitable for women. For women, that center is negative, and energy cannot be raised from a negative center. That's why anatomically the entire life force is centered just below the penis in a man, and the female sexual organ is not positive. I'm talking about positive and negative in relation to the energy, not in response to sensitivity. In relation to sensitivity, the positive sex center is at the root of the penis for men, not for women. For women, that center is negative. The energy cannot be raised from a negative center. So almost in the case, this is the insight of the awakened ones and the masters, that whenever a woman says that they are feeling Kundalini arising in them, it is a pure imagination. It cannot happen, but they are very imaginative, more imaginative than men. So if it works with 10 women and 10 men, 9 women will feel energy arising, and not only one man will feel the energy arising. Whenever a woman says that she is feeling Kundalini arising in her, this is imagination. It cannot happen, but women are more imaginative than men. So when an enlightened one begins to work with 10 women and 10 men simultaneously, 9 women will feel energy arising, and only 1 man will feel the energy arising. This not only seems but is miraculous because it cannot happen that way. The positive sex center in case of men is below the penis, but not through the genitals of the genital or vagina. In case of a woman is negative energy center, and Kundalini cannot arise from a negative center. This, when out of 10 men and 10 women, 9 women and 1 man says that their Kundalini is arising, it is not only miraculous, but it is erroneous as well. They go on sometimes coming to the awakened one and say, yes, the Kundalini is arising. What to do? It is impossible, not only physiologically, but scientifically as well, because the science is based on the physiology. It is the anatomical structure of man and woman that determines the scientific explanation for things. Scientific explanations depend on anatomical nature of man and woman, not the psychological aspects. Therefore, a totally different kind of a technique has to be developed for women. But because men and women are so near, so close together, they go on forgetting that they are different. Nothing is similar, and it is good that nothing is similar, because that is why they can become a circle of energy. They can attract each other. They are complementary. And because of that complementary, they fit into each other. It is the relationship like a plug and a socket. One is masculine in nature, the other is feminine. And it is the suitable plug that fits into the plug socket. You remember the plugs that are in different countries, in Europe, in America, and in the Eastern countries are different. So too is the case of every man and every woman. Women's sexual organ is like the socket where the plug has to fit in anatomically, psychologically, and they are complementary to one another. Their togetherness is important, but one should not forget the basic difference, anatomical, psychological, and the anatomical and psychological differences creates their consciousness totally different. Nothing is similar, and it is good that nothing is similar, because that is why they can come together and form a circle of energy. They are complementary, they fit into each other, but because they fit into, that does not mean they are similar. They fit because they are not similar. They are made complementary. The plugs and the plug socket in European countries are made complementary to each other. If you have seen the difference between the plug and the sockets, you will know the difference. This is an anatomical difference between two different places in Europe and America, and at the same time between male and female. Anatomically, the plug differs from the plug socket. But because they fit, that does not mean they are similar. They fit because they are not similar. They are complementary. They are suitable for one another. Then, whenever two similar types of bodies and minds try to fit into each other, this creates perversion. That is why homosexuality is a perversion. Lesbianism is perversion. Let us pause here at this moment, and we continue next week, same time. Enough for now.